Welcome back, my most amazing artists. I know that you're probably missing me in art, and I am missing you too. I know that this year is a little bit strange for us in a lot of ways, though. One thing I want you to know is one of my favorite parts of you is your smile. And I don't get to see that very much this year. And neither does anyone else. And our feelings really matter. And sometimes, without our smile or our words, it can be hard to tell how somebody is feeling without being able to see their whole face. So today, we're going to be creating these really fun emotional masks that show how we feel in different situations. Maybe you're really surprised. Maybe you're laughing so hard that you're crying because we just told a really funny joke in art class. Maybe you're feeling a little bit embarrassed because you haven't been drawing all year. Maybe you've turned into SpongeBob. So, I'm going to lead you through this really fun project so that we're able to show other people when we're feeling great or maybe not so great. That way, we all know each other's feelings and we're aware of our own. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to need to do with my paper is I'm going to fold it in half. So I take this corner from one side to the other, I line it up, and I crease it. Now I'm going to take and do the exact same thing in the opposite direction, folding it in half one more time. That way, when I go to open this, I will see 4 rectangles. Okay, so what do I do with this? This is to help save some time with cutting. So I'm going to use a Sharpie, but if you would like to use a pencil in case you make a mistake, absolutely do that. Okay, for starters, I'm going to make a dot in the corner, both upper corners. Then I'm going to connect them using a big U shape, just like I would draw a smile. Okay, and then from here, I can create 2 small curves at the top. They're just barely curved over. And then I can create a small dip in the center so that I have a shape that looks like this. It's a little bit like a kidney bean or a jelly bean. Now that I have my masks, I can cut them out. So I will use my scissors to carefully cut all the way around all 4 pieces of paper stacked on top of each other so that when I get done, I have 4 masks. And we're going to double these up. All right, so I'm careful. Okay. And now I'll set my trash aside so I can throw it away. And I have 4 shapes that are the same. So from here, I decide what kind of faces do I want to put on here? What kind of emotions do I want to show? So I think the first emotion and the best emotion would be extremely happy. All emotions are really important, but one of my favorite things about you is definitely your smile. So I'm just drawing some lines to create a great big smile. Maybe your smile is missing a tooth. You get to decide what it looks like. None of your masks have to look like my masks, but if you feel more comfortable drawing along with me, you can do that too. Okay, so let's talk about another emotion that we feel sometimes. Maybe we don't always feel happy. Sometimes it's okay to feel sad. You might have something that makes you upset. Not seeing your face in my class this year makes me a little sad. So I might draw a sad face. But I know that when we return to school together, and I'm there full time, then I won't be sad anymore. I will be feeling really happy. And I know when I see you, I might let out a great big laugh. that looks like this. Maybe sometimes I'm a little uncomfortable or nervous or anxious. That's a totally normal feeling if you're feeling uncomfortable in a certain situation. It's important to think about how we feel and to acknowledge how we feel so we have a good understanding of how we're reacting to the situation we're in. Sometimes we might feel a little anxious. That's okay. Okay, so now that I've created my faces, I am going to color. But before I can color anything, I need to create the stick that is going to hold my masks up. So I'm going to set these aside for just a moment, and I'm going to pull out my other sheet of paper. This piece of paper is also going to get folded, but it's a little bit different. Right along this horizontal edge, the long edge, I'm going to fold it over to where it's about as thick as my thumb. And I'm going to crease all the way down that edge. I'm going to continue folding right on top of that same fold line. And I'm basically just rolling this up. I'm not folding it back and forth like a fan. I'm just going in one direction until I get to the end, like a burrito. Now that I'm here, I'm going to need to add some glue. So I take my glue bottle, and if you're using a glue stick, that's okay too. And I'm just going to go dot, dot, not a lot, dot, dot, not a lot. Then I'm going to twist my glue shut so that it doesn't dry out. And then I'm going to flip this over and give it a gentle massage so that all that glue has a chance to come in contact with all of that surface underneath. Okay, now I have a pretty sturdy stick. It's not very flimsy. I'm going to chop it right down the center, or as close to the middle as I can get by just eyeballing it. Okay, and if it's not perfect, that's okay. So I'm going to set these guys aside so they can dry, and I'm going to come back and color all of my different emotional masks. Okay, so now that I have added some skin tones and some color to my masks, I'm going to bring back those two sticks. And all I'm simply going to do is flip one of my masks over, and I'm going to place my stick about into the center of my mask. Then what I need to do is I'm going to take my glue, and this is going to make two sides. It's going to make this side where I'm going to add some glue right into the center and place my stick right into the middle, pushing it down firmly, making it straight up and down. Then I'm going to add dots gently around the outside. Again, if you're using a glue stick, that's definitely fine. Maybe just a little more in the middle, not too much. And then I'm going to sandwich that guy right inside the middle, pushing it down flat. And just like that, I have created a double-sided emotional mask. Now, if I wanted to decorate the stick that it's on or add words, I could do that. Let me show you just one more time. I have my two masks. I flip one over, get a little glue in the center, spread it out with the tip if you need. Lay it down. Remember, you don't want too glue. If it's too wet, it could cause your marker to run. Dot, 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 not a lot. And then place your other one right on top. Line it up. And voila, now you have two beautiful emotion masks. Okay? And I hope you have fun making this project and expressing your emotions even while wearing your mask. Goodbye, my most amazing artists.